So there will be a second quiz since we have finished most of the grid connected system. Tapi this quiz only cover on design criteria only lah. Okay, design criteria and jadi key in values. Okay, key in values in the system lah. Okay, so each of you can have double attempts or twice. Okay, but I will open even though I write 4 PM, I already open. So I will close until Friday night Friday 11:59. So you have a lot of time. Maksudnya daripada hari ni sampai ke Jumaat punya malam. So itulah. Yang ni akan cover 2.5% lah. Boleh? Okey ya? Okey kan? Okey tak okey kena okey lah. Macam tu lah. So ada quiz kan? Sebenarnya we are going to have quiz start from today until I open from today until Friday lah. Okay. Next week Monday no class. Okay, because we have finished the grid connector chapter. Nanti satu lagi kot, minggu depan satu lagi kita akan buat exercise sikit kot. Saya sebenarnya sekarang pun ada meeting sebenarnya ni. Jadi hari ni pun habis cepat juga. Okay, habis cepat juga. Okay. I think today I only touch I would like to touch a very simple sikit. Lepas tu I want to do some quick revision about what we have done, what we have learned in the specific to the chapter of the grid connected lah. Okay. In case ada additional saya akan tambah minggu depan, tapi I try to go through from the first part of the grid connected until what we have learned last Monday. Okay. Sebab grid connected ni kena fokus lebih sikit. Okay, kena fokus lebih sikit sebab it will definitely come in your assignment and also in your final exam. Okay, final exam also big portion of marks in the final exam. The test I haven't finished all. I will release I think next week kot, next Monday situlah. Sekitar tu kot. Okay. So today we are going to play first with this. Nampak kan? Nampak? You guys can see slide kan? Boleh bukan slide, apa nama tu, PDF. Nampak kan?
Nampak.
Just we just want to see, or what you call that, window shopping. About several modules that I just found in the internet, very recent, commercially available now in the market. So there's some brands that quite a good brand and also famous Okay. So the first one is the SunPower. I'm not promoting. I'm just to show you where's the, for example, the power tolerance. Where should we take the power tolerance values? Okay, this is SunPower. See here, 470. Okay, 470. Ini dia punya promotion lah. Best reliability lah, best warranty lah. 25 years, SunPower complete confidence, blah blah blah. Okay. Yelah. Okay, here is the important part. This is what we call the electrical data characteristic or the data specification for the modules. Okay. If, for example, you do assignment or even if you work in this kind of field or solar design ke, so this kind of modules ni yang akan refer lah. Boleh tengok datasheet, even all in the PBC system, but ini juga datasheet originally you can understand at least. Okay, for example, this module, if you look from here, what type of module? What do you think the type? I mean what type of crystalline modules of this stuff? Ingat saya apa? Hello? Ingat terus. Ni monocrystalline ke polycrystalline? Tidur semua ni. Why? Dengan saya ke saya dekat seorang?
Dengar sir.
Oh, dengar. Okay, what type of module do you think? From the first impression, I mean, first you look at this module. Apa? What type of monocrystalline ke?
Mono.
Kenapa? Why mono?
Sebab bentuk dia.
Sebab bentuk dia. Teruskan. Sebab apa? Teruskan dia. Sebab apa?
Bentuk dia. Bentuk dia straight.
Bentuk dia bulat ni. Betul? Diamond lah ni, diamond shape. Acah-acah diamond lah, okay? Sebab dia ada diamond ni. Maksudnya dia, it's not straight line, dia ada macam ada dot-dot between among the cells kan. So nak confirm, if you want to confirm, you need to go through to the data sheet. Biasanya dekat bahagian ni lah. Dia kata temperature resistant, ni solar cell mono. So this is the monocrystalline lah. Okay, monocrystalline. And then there's several things also you can see. Okay, tak ada tulis ni. Efficiency dia tak tulis efficiency. Okay, never mind. Okay, let's say we have the 470 watt ni tinggi besar, 470 watt. 470 watt, and this is the power tolerance. So this one is very clear. Okay, this is what I'm saying before. +5 and 0%. So in this case, maksudnya berapa FMM? Pakai mouse kali ni. Berapa FMM? The rating factor based on the manufacturing tolerance. Berapa? 1 minus Hello?
1 minus 0.
1 minus 0. Because
Yes,
plus
because 0%. Yeah.
So means this one is perfect lah. You can see perfect. Siapa tu, Nimala
Yes, doctor.
Sihat ke? Macam tak sihat ni. Tak sihat lagi.
No, I'm in the library.
Okay, efficiency for example, just let's have a look about the data sheet lah. I mean the solar module, the real one, 21.7% is looks like the typical value of the solar module efficiency kan, 21 point something. Tapi kita boleh tengok yang lain lah. Kat sini, then you see the rated voltage very high, 77.6. 77.6 ni if you plan to install or to use in your standalone. Standalone, we haven't gone yet to the standalone chapter. Let's say we plan to do the standalone system, which requires you a battery storage battery, and dia ada system voltage lah, 12 volt, 24 and 48 volt. So that 48 volt also you can use the simple module ni. Modul ni satu dia dah cukup untuk step down, untuk make sure the battery is fully charged kan. Because the 77 is very high voltage, okay? And it's also useful also when you use the inverter of Huawei for example kan, yang ada high input voltage, okay? But the current is not that much current only 6.06 amps only, and the open circuit voltage itu almost 100 kan, 19.5 volts for example. Just the example lah. Okay, the example. And you can see temperature coefficient here around 0.29. I think I mentioned you before, typical values for the monocrystalline solar module, if I'm not mistaken, minus 0.45 maybe, or minus 0.5. I forgot. But this one is only 0.29, which is the degradation tu dia tak teruk sangat lah. Dia drop tu tak banyak sangat. better lah. Okay. Ni contoh lah, ni this the brand from the Sun Power. Okay, Sun Power brand. Then kita ada brand Jinko. I think for those who live in the Penang, you're going to know this factory in Bayan Lepas kot, dah salah saya. Di Jinko Solar. Jinko Solar ni pun Malaysia ada kan, company dekat bahagian Penang tu. I think the Bayan Lepas one. Yang ni monofacial and tolerance already give here 0 to plus 3%. Okay. Yang ni dia kata mono terus. Kalau tengok sini lah, kita tengok detail. Okay, ni this is what we call 25 years warranty ni. Okay, sekejap okay. Okay, tolerance. The power tolerance of this module is same. 0 and plus 3%. So means Sun Power and Jinko Solar ni very performable perform lah, sebab since they don't have the minus tolerance. If 530 watt and 530 watt, so means 530 watts and plus lah. At very standard test condition tu dia tak drop. Memang dapat 530, which is very good lah, very good. Dia tak ada yang minus ni. Ni recent dia, ni very recent punya teknologi lah I think. But this one VMP 40 something, and but the maximum current is high, what high? 13 amp. Okay, and then efficiency around 20.55. Just now 21 kan? So they around that lah. Okay, around that level. So ni ada tulis lah temperature, ambient semua kan. Contoh lah, contoh untuk Jinko Solar. Okay. Tahan kejap lah, saya nak tunjuk benda ni yang action je. Okay, next is the Panasonic. Okay, Panasonic. This one I think it's monocrystalline. Okay, monocrystalline. P-type. But we don't care about the type. I mean the N-type or P-type. We just care about the monocrystalline or the polycrystalline. This one also, you can see clearly, there will be the dot. There's a lot of the diamond. Not that diamond shape lah, tapi dia ada dot, the white dot between the dot ni, between the modules lah, between the cells. Okay, senang you nak trace lah. And then these are the value the value that you are going to use. Okay, ni lepas tu ada temperature coefficient. Okay, temperature coefficient we have. Then we have the NOCT 45 kan. Typical value juga ni. And then next brand Panasonic Evervolt. Okay, Evervolt. Okay, this one is the right word. Heterojunction. N-type cells. Okay, dia body menarik ni. Half cut. Nampak beza tak? Half cut. Half cut cells tau. Separuh ni size dia. Kalau ni dia full size. Ni pun kan ni half cut ke? Ni pun half cut kan ni? Tak tulis. But it's okay. Not the important. Okay. And then tolerance is not written here, but it is written where it's not written maybe Okay, they give the PMP and VMP, and then they have the IMP, and temperature coefficient ada, NOCT ada, body efficiency also same like the Sun Power brand 21.7, and then ni ada triple diode, MC4, 4 meter square cable. This one not return. Power output linear 25 years. Okay. I think here for this solar module, yes, this solar module is not given us any clue about the tolerance. Yeah? Like I told you, sometimes they give you the warranted power, but the warranted power is not written here. They only write VPM or the VMP. Only VMP we have. Then we don't have any warranted. Warranted. Almost lagi cantik design. We cannot see any warranted lah. So dia tulisan buruk. So no warranted or guaranteed. No warranted, no guaranteed, no minimum PMP. So in this case, berapa kita assume tolerance dia? Berapa kita assume tolerance dia for this case? Syahdan.
Yes, sir.
Berapa kita assume when all the clue, this kind of clues not given, warranted apa, guaranteed apa semua tak ada, plus minus pun tak ada, nak buat macam mana? Tolerance tu kita nak assume berapa?
1, sir.
Kira kosong lah. Tolerance tu kita assume kosong, tapi FMM dia, FMM dia 1 lah. 1 tolak kosong. Tolerance ni, value ni. So ni sama dengan 1 lah. Kira ni dapat juga sekali lagi 1.00. Oh sorry, tu sambut. Okay. Boleh Boleh simple saja ni nak tengok-tengok. Nak tengok-tengok je sini. Okay, okay. Dia ada satu lagi tau. You still remember kan the standard test condition. Kan? Standard test condition tu, what is the condition of standard test condition? Ingat tak apa benda tu? Kan kita ada belajar kan sebelum ni kan. Standard test condition tu dia ada 3 syarat. Syarat standard test condition tu tahu tak apa? AM 1.5, kat bawah nak tulis kan, irradiant 1000, cell temperature 25 degree C. Betul? Betul. Betul. Siapa ni ah? Lim Sinying, is it correct?
Yes, correct, sir.
Mestilah correct kan? Saya yang bagi jawapan. Malah. Okay. But here in this solar module, there is one interesting things and one new things, I think. Ni, there is satu lagi. CEC PTC. CEC PTC 361.5 watt. Sudah. Adakah ini minimum power? Kan saya cakap tadi kan tak ada warranted power, tiba-tiba kita jumpa nilai value yang kecil sikit. Tapi kat sini ditulis CEC PTC rating. Apa dia? CEC PTC tu apa benda? Cuba kau Google. Jabar Rajan.
Yes, sir.
What is the CEC PTC? Cuba Google je. Ada orang tulis. Siapa tulis tu? Copy paste nah, selesai. Okey. Betul tak? Okay, tengok dekat ni jap. Okay.
Ya, sir.
Ya.
Clean energy consume.
Bukan. Ni dah tulis ni dekat chat ni. Cuba tak chat. PV USA test condition. Tu nama dia PTC. Lepas tu CEC tu adalah standard tu. Saya rasa Canadian apa dah yang CEC tu. Tapi PTC tu maksudnya PV USA. Okay, PV USA test condition. Okay. standard test condition tu dia ada 3 benda kan. Tadi irradiant 1000 watts, lepas tu AM 1.5, and then cell temperature 25 degree C. But for PTC ni, apa ni tadi? And for the case of PTC ni dia ada lain. Value dia lain. Dia ada, tak salah saya ada 4 syarat. Tadi 3 kan. Dia ada 4 syarat. Apa syarat-syaratnya? Cuba Google jap. Tanya orang lah. Tak lemah semua ni. Amirul. Mirul.
Ya, ya.
Ya. Apa syarat tu? Kau type solar PTC kan, nanti keluar tau. Dia ada 4 tak salah saya syarat-syaratnya. Apa syarat-syarat yang pertama? Right. Senyap dulu. Apa syarat-syaratnya? Oh, dia kamu dah ni dah. Okay dah. First irradiant Irradiant 1000. Okay. Lepas tu ni buat lah. Aku pakai mouse ni. Tak apa-apa tak. Okay. Lepas tu T ambient. Dia lain sikit. Dia bukan cell temperature. Dia adalah T ambient. T ambient tu 20 degree. Seraba ni tulis pakai ni. 20 degree. Okay, T ambient tu 20 degree. It totally different to the STC condition. STC condition, cell temperature 25 degree C. Okay, cell temperature 25 degree C. TSTC tu. So ini pula adalah T ambient. Okay, T ambient apa nama tu? T ambient tu 20 degree C lah. Ambient temperature. So kalau dia pergi pada T cell, saya rasa it is written around 45 degree C. Maybe 45 degree C, saya tak ingat. Lepas tu dia AM 1.5. I think AM still the same. AM AMAS tu is still the same. 1.5. But there's another one additional. Wind speed 1 meter per second. Betul lah? 1 meter per second Louis Hormone. Louis Hormone. Betul Tika?
Betul.
Bukan ni miles per hour. Sekejap.
Dia kata wind speed of 1 meter per second.
1 meter per second at 10 meters above ground level lah. 1 meter per second saya silap lah. So wind speed tu macam mana tahu wind speed? V V ke? Tak ada sekata aku 1 meter per second. Okay. So this PTC rating, but don't worry, we are not we not take it and put in the exam lah. Saya tak masukkan dia. Saya just for the knowledge lah. Other than standard test condition, kita ada PTC rating. But I think not all modules are undergoing undergoing this kind of test. I think they only benchmark for STC, maybe only for STC condition. Okay? Most cases. Ini quite advanced lah, because they bring us also the value for the PTC rating. Ni ada Solon Blue. Solon Blue ni just nak tunjuk apa? Nak tunjuk je kat mana tolerance. Nampak ni, tolerance written here. Just beside the peak power, PMP kan. You give the plus minus 3% means that minus 3% lah. So here is 1 minus 0.03. 0.03 to become 0.97. Okay, 0.97 for the value of FMM lah. Okay, FMM. Okay. Then here comes the opposite voltage, short circuit current and the power. Ini quite low lah, 14.33%. Okay, 14.33%. And I think it is poly, maybe. This is poly. Mana tulis? Maybe poly, maybe. Okay, high quality crystalline. Maybe polycrystalline. Polycrystalline. Okay. See? They don't have any dots. No dots. Okay. No dots. So cells, between cells, there is no striking diamond shape, white diamond shape or the white dots. So aluminium. So dimension ingat dimension pakai yang luar ni 1640. So this is dimension. And then we have the brand of the Yingli. Saya macam niaga pula, penat pula nak promote. This one what about tolerance? So we are looking for the power tolerance. Power tolerance plus 2. Okay, power output tolerance. Again, minus 0 and plus 5%. So minus 0 means that 0, perfect. So that's why if the value is not given, it's better for us to assume 0 means that module is perfect. Perfect. We cannot put the typical value because now there's no typical values. Some module plus minus 3, some module plus minus 5, and tak boleh ambil lah. Dan kita ambil 0 je. Kita assume the modules is clear lah. Is 0% tolerance. Okay, 0% tolerance. Ni 15.6 lah. 15.6%. So means that ginkgo solar semua tu above 20. Okay. Some power 21.7%. So quite that's the, I think, above average. Okay. Okay. Then Panasonic brand HIT keyboard HIT N-type. Okay. And here looks like there's a diamond between the cells. Okay, maybe mono, maybe mono, maybe not. Multi-contact type 14. Oh, it's not clearly. But they write there HIT. It's not written clearly. But here, looking for the tolerance. Okay, tolerance, ada wording baru. Tolerance pun dia write warranted tolerance, tapi tak apalah. Kita ambil tolerance tu So tolerance tu sama juga, plus 10 minus 0. So the value for the tolerance is 0%. Because we are considering the minus 1. Okay. The worst case, which is the tolerance. Okay, minus 0. So ini pun given also lah, PTC rating. Okay, PTC rating. Then cell efficiency quite high than before, 22.18%. Okay. But this cell, this cell, but this is a module efficiency. So module efficiency drop sikit. Sorry, ini 19.7 lah. This is the module efficiency. Okay, apa lagi? PV cable, tak ada apa. Okay, one more, last. Untuk yang ni Okay lagi ke? Siapa yang ada kelas ni? Tengok yang nama. Aku dah tidur.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Aisyah, okay Aisyah. Okay Aisyah.
Okay, sir, okay.
Kita tengok. Okay, yang ni best sikit lah. Advanced thin film. Solar technology. Okay, cuba tengok dari sini. Apa beza dia dengan modul sebelum ni? Ada beza tak? Kosong. Yes. Kosong. Nothing ah. Black. Tengok ni Unlike crystalline silicon module, first solar tu brand dia lah. Thin film technology does not experience the losses associated with LED and LTID. LETID yang LID ni light intensity apa benda tak tadi aku tak tahu. Benda tu tadi light intensity low light induced degradation. Ya. Okay, good. Ke LIT. Itulah. Low light intensity nan tukar. Okay. Then ada contact glass. So ini dahsyat ni. Warranted annual degradation rate. Macam-macam jaminan yang diberi, 30 year. Linear performance warranty. Dahsyat. Industry first and only cell cracking warranty. Macam saya promote pula buat barang kan. Bisa crack tak jamin tau. Tukar baru je. Ni dia bagi warranty ke ni. Crack. Okay. Yang ini special dia tadi. Tolerance dia sama tak? -0 plus 5%. Okay. Yang menarik kan ke sini, menarik dia kan. 440 watt. Kau tengok dia punya voltage. Bencana. Voltage dia tu 180. Above 180 volt tu. Ganeh tak ganeh. Okay. 180 volt. But the current is not that big. Very small. 2.38. So this is a common characteristic of the thin film based solar modules compared to monocrystalline or the polycrystalline. Okay. The tinggi tu, the higher one is the part of the voltage. Voltage very high. Voltage very high, but the current is very low, very small, 2.38 lah. Okay. Kecil. Tolerance still okay. Acceptable range. VOC pun almost the same. Typical dengan monocrystalline, polycrystalline and temperature coefficient for Pmax pun macam sama je dengan poly ni, agak advance lah ni kan, agak advance. Okay, tapi yang satu benda you kena tahu, dia punya material lah. The material is coming from the thin film CDTE. Okay. CDTE. What is the CDTE? Cadmium telluride. Oh, satu cadmium telluride. Pasal ni aja saya betul ni. Telluride. Okay, maksud seragam gila. Yes. So cadmium telluride. Okay. Thin film ni which generation of solar modules? Kita ada 3 generation kan? Betul tak? 3 generation. So this one which one? First, second, third. Mana satu? Fatin Kristina. Saja tanya Fatin.
Yes, sir.
Mana? Agak-agaknya lah. Agak-agaknya ni ini which generation? First generation, second generation or third generation solar modules? Rasa-rasa yang mana?
Lupa dah. Second kot.
Oh, kau teka tu betul lah.
Okay.
Second, based on the thin film. Thin film ni, konsep thin film, okay, what is the difference between the first generation and the second generation? Okay, first generation tu by cells. Cells, silicon, dia potong ikut cell, sambung, and series kan, and then form the solar module. 32 cells seriously connected, then dia assemble, become the module. Thin film dia lain sikit. Thin film dia konsep dia saya rasa deposit. Dia ada material and then dia ada substrate dia, and then dia I think high heating or handling some material, and then they start to deposit on top of the substrate. So konsep dia tu dia semua. Dia macam kita panaskan tu, dia evaporate and then dia stuck on the stick on the substance ataupun substrate kita bagi. Tu konsep thin film. Third generation tu memang based on organic. Third generation tu lah diacetyl solar cell, perovskite, organic, OPV tu kan. So that one is use the dye, use the other material, and then still pakai in glass tapi dia ada material yang dia letak dekat situ. Maksudnya itu memang by fabrication. Then the third one is the very low efficiency still but easy for the fabrication and the manufacturing. Memang senang. Boleh buat di belakang rumah. Atau depan komputer pun boleh buat the third generation. Second generation ni memang you need the evaporator, I think. They quite the machinery level lah. First generation and second generation memang industry level lah. Industry level. Tapi third generation tu dia rumah, household based solar cell. Macam tu lah. So yang ni biasanya yang first generation tu, remember monocrystalline, polycrystalline. Amorphous boleh kot. Ke mono boleh kot. Okay. And then the second one, thin film. Okay, thin film tu dia ada macam-macam material lah. Contoh ni macam ni lah, cadmium telluride. Lepas tu dia ada CD, apa benda tau, saya boleh tak ingat. Contoh ni cadmium telluride lah. And ada semiconductor material thin film. Okay, and the third one tu pakai organic, perovskite, pakai based on dye, based on the carbon based material. Tu that one is third generation lah. So ni saya pun jumpa dia menarik lah benda ni. Agak menarik lah. Sebab dia punya ni memang thin film ni standard 184. Memang dia very high voltage lah. Bukan high voltage yang HV tu. Dia bukan not like the normal or the typical crystalline based solar module which is I think less than 100 or highest one 70 volt per module. But the one is quite 100 something, 100 plus. 150 or 180, almost 200. But the current is very low. But the total P tu is still the same. So the output power is still the same lah. Dia comparable dengan tadi tu. Cuma current dia rendah. Kalau current rendah ni, what is the advantage of current rendah? Saya tak nampak lagi advantage dia. Tapi kau boleh parallelkan lah. Cumanya high voltage ni, let's say you use the inverter kan, contoh 150 yang tak ada hal. Satu modul tu boleh on the inverter. Gitu. Okay, saya nak shopping. Kalau kita dah habis shopping dah. Kita dah shopping kita. Okay, jap. I'm going to touch a little about the revision. Boleh Boleh ke? Saya rasa 20 minutes kot. Within 20 minutes, apa yang we have learned before. Untuk grid connected sah aja. Yang lain tadi sendiri. Boleh Jihan?
Boleh sir, boleh.
Boleh, Alhamdulillah. Okay. Nota yang saya upload tu saya rasa ada 4 version kot. Part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. Kita sajalah nak reflect kan. Sebab quiz dekat tadi kan, quiz kita dah buka dah pun. I will open until Friday night. So Friday night tu tutup. Lepas tu dia hanya touch on design criteria lah. Saya nak tunjuk dia apa korang buat, takut lupa. Lupa kan. So first part kita tu design criteria. Lepas tu dah menyembang penting solat apa, site visit, site survey, and please before you proceed with the all the design, you must confirm it on the site. You have to make sure that the site is totally clear, totally clear from the shading, from the shadow from the trees, from the buildings, from anything, from obstacles. Okay, and then if your plan, if the plan of your proposal, for example, you plan to do on rooftop, and then make sure the line for the rooftop kan, tahu tempat mana, that one is the totally site lah. Design tu pun tak boleh on paper sajalah, not on paper and Google Map, you need to go there to make sure that all the installation is better lah and accessible and capable lah. Okay, and then yang ni biasa peak rating untuk pemilihan inverter. Kita ada sekarang ni mungkin lah multi string ni banyak digunakan Contoh saya sebut sikit lah Huawei bukan promote ni. Huawei brand tu memang sangat popular lah. Commonly used in most newer solar farms. They're using Huawei. They can maintain with the 4.0 mm square of the cable size from the original module direct to inverter. Dia tak perlukan kabel yang lebih besar lagi. Macam saya cakap tadi, ada string dan array cable. Maybe they don't need anymore the array cable. They just need the string cable only. Module, string cable kan, directly connected to the channel of the inverter. So we don't need the bus bar and then you parallelkan, tarik the thicker cable, don't need. Now they don't need to have that. They just put the cables from the modules directly to the inverter, masuk terus 4.00. And then we have criteria kan. One is the roof area or the land area. Second one is the budget, and the third one is the yearly energy requirement. Habis dapat satu punya division. 2 minit dah habis dah. Okay, and then for second part, so we go detail for the calculation. So the first one is point design area and design criteria. And remember, the first one is the based on roof area. We are going to play with the lengthwise up, lengthwise across, and lengthwise up, lengthwise across too. Then example, and then this is the way we determine how much, what is the maximum numbers of the module, maximum numbers, remember. So yang ni yang kita punya pengiraan. Kalau lengthwise up, dia susun for the vertical down lah, downwards lah. If the wise across ni horizontally, okay, horizontally cross. So ni contoh, you can go through the notes also, okay. So this is how because we are looking for the maximum number of modules, all must be round down, okay, round down, and then final number of total you multiply yang after round down lah. So 3 multiplied with 6 we get 18. Second one, 4 multiplied with 5 we get 20. So this is about round down because we are looking for the maximum. So maximum, remember, round down. Minimum, round up. Okay. So for the budget, it's very super extremely easy. You are given the budget and you are given the PV cost, F cost, whatever it is per kilowatt peak, and then you have the rated power, and then mula-mula you cari looking for the P area STC because from the budget, then you can get how many kilowatt peak of the system that you can get. Then for this case, 8.4, and then you multiply with the brand of the module that you are going to use. Let's say you are going to choose the 500. I just promote just now, 550 watts. So the one you over 550 watts, or maybe maybe not 35 lah. 8.4 ni 8,000 bagi dengan 2 bagi dengan 500 berapa? Mungkin dalam 16, maybe around 16 modules around. So this how you, once you choose the module, then you can know how many modules you need lah once you choose that brand. Okay, and then for the third one ni quite complicated sikit lah because it requires all the, you know, the parameters, FMM. Just now I just show you how to calculate FMM. Then we have the FTEM. FTEM ni mana tadi? FTEM ni boleh kira lah. Okay, FTEM ni memang kita belajar kira pun sebelum ni. And then we have the FDET. FDET ni from the dirt factor lah. Okay, dirt factor. Okay, and then FTEM ni lah yang you need the temperature coefficient for the power. Okay, for the PMP. Asking you, or if the question asking you in opposite way, how many modules? At this time, for the energy requirement, because you need to comply with this energy yield, means that minimum number of module lah, it will become minimum number because you have to fulfill the minimum energy requirement. So means that the end total will be round up lah. Okay, untuk case ni saja round up It's about the minimum number of modules. So at least you need to have 33 modules to achieve the 10 megawatt hour of energy yield. Ni target dia kan. 10 megawatt hour of energy yield needs 33 modules of 240 watt brand solar module, for example. Okay. Then here tu lah ada FMM yang you can cari, you need to take out from the datasheet. Habis dah. Yang nombor 2. Then part 3 is about okay, ini also quite 10 minit. Boleh ke? Okay ke? Biarlah saya tak kisahlah saya short sendiri ke apa, tapi okay boleh tangkap ke? Sebab dia nak revision, bagi you ingat balik.
Boleh sir, boleh.
Kan? Ikut je lah. Kan? Okay, inverter PV array matching ni ini quite detail and it contribute a lot of marks here. So ini jangan dah buat silap because everything is open book so you shouldn't make any mistake. Because once you make mistake at the one place, then you will totally drag until the end of the number of modules. So dia akan drag tahun belakang lah. So ni kira maximum voltage based on VOC. Then cara dia dapat macam ni. Okay, ni yang pertama. Yang kedua kira maximum voltage juga but based on VMP. And that's the equation for the percentage. Then important here you need to look for the VMP, temperature coefficient of VMP. Okay, in case you didn't find in VMP, then after that you can use the PMP one but in the unit percentage lah. Okay, percentage. If the value is not given in percentage, then you need to convert it. If given watt, then you need to convert it to the percentage. Okay. In case VMP is not given, PMP also is not given, then final result is the VOC. You take the value of the temperature coefficient for the VOC to proceed with the calculation of the MP1. Okay. So minimum different. What is different? 75 degree for the TSTC lah. For the T cell max. So this one it becomes 75. Just now maximum one because at the lowest temperature. This one T cell minimum. Okay. Lagi. And then this is the inverter. So inverter, this is the window voltage that you need to look for that inverter. You need to go through the inverter list. Okay, the inverter list. Maximum voltage is the minimum, and then the maximum one. Okay, maximum. Okay, and then in order to calculate it, sini start nampak sekejap ya, ini parallel jap. Ini contoh ni dah senang. Okay, ambil contoh ni. Okay, and then what should you do? So you bagilah inverter punya kira dulu. Lepas tu yang bawah daripada maksimum tu 95%, bawah pada yang window inverter tu again 5% juga, 0.95, and then for the minimum one multiply with 1.1, and then you kira side module tadi kan, kira yang VOC ni ikutlah pakai VOC punya temperature coefficient. Yang maksimum untuk MP ni, maximum power punya value ni pakainya VMP lah. Kalau tak ada VMP pakai PMP. And then you can kira total modules, bahagikan je. Okay, untuk maximum open circuit based on open circuit dengan VMP ni you bagi terus, then the value the calculated value tu you bahagi je. Ni saya silap. Yang calculated value tu untuk maksimum tu saya cakap tadi kan, kita minimum lah. Kita kira minimum. Okay, kira minimum. And then ini bersama, tapi untuk minimum punya value ni kita round up lah. Okay, round up. Tapi yang ni kena ada ni ingat untuk minimum punya value tu dia kena consider BDC drop. Ataupun nanti you go through satu. And then total module parallel, yang ni ambil nilai daripada inverter. And then ini IC punya value untuk modul. Okay, untuk modul. Okay, just tambah lah. Tambah. Yang ni kan, 1.1 ni kan. Saya tulis 1.1. Boleh gunalah 1.1. Tapi kalau recent buku yang daripada dalam ni, kan, dia pakai 1.25. Sebenarnya kan saya cakap 1.1 atau 1.25 kan, tapi dalam buku ni dia pakai 1.25. In case lah you guna 1.1 ke 1.25, me myself I will accept lah. Saya akan terima je. Okay. So ini ada value tu around 0.9 to 10. So dekat sini dia dalam 30 modul. Kat original kita 35 kan. So dia dapat base configuration 15 to parallel. Okay. Lepas tu yang last Monday. Okay, last Monday cable sizing. So cable sizing ni ada macam manufacturing tolerance. Ni lah equation that we have learned before. Kita learn tu. DC cable, yang ni lah. Yang ni. Boleh go through example ni. Okay, boleh go through example ni. Cuma ni very fundamental lah. Very straightforward. Okay, very straightforward. So remember lah, if they given you string and array cable separately, then you need to calculate it separately lah. Kena ada string cable, dan dia kena ada array cable lah. Kena assessing lah. And then voltage drop, equation dia ingat, yang ni bawah dia adalah cable size. Okay. Dan ni ada contoh. Dan ini power loss. Power loss beza dengan voltage drop is not that different. Just we don't have the times. The times sekali lagi. Yang ni dia ada 2 ke sini. Then PB system performance. PB system performance. Itulah. Energy yield sekali lagi kira sebab dah dapat voltage drop baru. Yang voltage drop baru will replace here. And the inverter that you choose also, the efficiency also will replace here. Tapi maksudnya dah ada kira lagi. Okay, and then specific yield tu memang exactly as it is. Memang equation ni masuk macam tu je. Ini pun will give you sometimes 2 marks per each. Okay, let's say we have the IG, what we call that, oh tak boleh pilih. Protective. Okay, this is the MPP voltage range. Okay, MPP voltage range. This is the inverter that we get, minimum 210, okay, minimum 210, maximum window voltage 420. Okay, that 2 values. Remember, range. The range one is that one lah. Okay, and then maximum input voltage. Maximum against. Maximum, ini yang it looks like the VOC for the module, but it's just like the VOC for the inverter. Macam tu lah maksudnya. They will be higher. Most cases higher than this lah. 530 volt. Okay, 530 volt. Okay. Maximum input current is quite high for the this brand, 123 amps. So ini yang value tadi. Kenapa guna maximum input current tu? Tadi ada kira untuk parameter tu. Kan? Untuk parallel. How much module in parallel? In one parallel, how much module? Yang kita kira ada safety factor tadi kan? Tu. This value lah. Main the item. Remember lah. Max input current ni. Maximum input current. Lepas tu MPP voltage range. Maximum input voltage. Okay. Like I told you before, what is the nominal value? Nominal rated power of this inverter. How to decide this? Okay, how to decide? Remember, please take on the output side. Output means AC. Don't look at the input data of power. Because they have here recommended PV system input. Ignore this. Please ignore this one. No need. Don't use. You have to focus with the output data or the AC data. Output AC, AC data, output data. So that value. Which value? Because we have two here. Maximum output power and rated output. Please go for the rated output or nominal output. Okay, rated or nominal. Not maximum. Even though the value for the rated and the maximum is the same. Sama. But if you look at the brand like this, is different. 29.9 and 32. Oh my God, confused already. Already confused. So that's why you only focus on the rated output. Usually the top one. Biasanya, commonly it is located, is written on the top. And then here come the maximum. No, you don't take the maximum. but we take the nominal. Okay, nominal usually slightly lower with the maximum or same. Or same. This one kat sini nampaklah dia beza kan. Nampak beza. Tapi yang lain tu nampak sama. Sekejap saya try yang ni kan. Kita sama kat ni. Ni jauh. Oh, ni same. It's the same. It's the same. So this. Okay, so this. Okay, another example friend. This one also quite confusing. It's quite confusing. Input range 180, 160 until 1000. Maximum input voltage is the same with the maximum. In this case, just take both 1000 and 1000 lah. Itu maximum ni. Sebab ini memang ada sama. Dia punya MPPT voltage range until 1000 and the maximum DC input voltage pun 1000 juga. So yang tadi you kira pun you kira 1000 juga. You jangan tambah lah. Maksudnya you exactly pakai tu. Okay. Yang saya sebut tadi, maximum DC input power, this one is 14.5. But the rated output power is 12. Okay, 12. Maximum output power is slightly higher than that, which is 13.2. But remember, we only take the rated output power or the outside output, AC side, output side. Okay, remember ambil yang AC side lah. Okay. Then the efficiency, where should you take? You take from the maximum efficiency. It's okay. Don't take the Euro one lah. Just take the maximum efficiency, which is this one, 94.3. Okay, yang ini perform okay, ini perform. Maximum efficiency is 98.6. Sorry, tak ada. Okay, 98.6% for the efficiency of the inverter. Itulah dia. Lepas tu, apa lagi? Channel tak tulis dalam ni. Power factor 1, the right channel here. This one, they have the number of strain, MPPT number, input. Dia ada MPPT input. Yang ni ada dua channel. Dia ada dua. Maksudnya ada dua channel lah. Ada dua channel. Ada dua input MPPT tu boleh masuk modul tu kan. That's why dia punya maximum input current itu 22 amps plus 22 amps. So each channel tu can provide until 22 amps. Okay. In case in the calculation you see when you do the parallel, number of parallel, the calculation of maximum number of modules in parallel, you dapat contohnya 1 ke 2 kan. When you see the module, the inverter has 2 channels, mean you can multiply with 2. So for example, if one channel you can only have 1 parallel, but module series 2 for example you get 15 for example kan. Since you have 2 channels, if you like this inverter, they have 2 channels, mean you can get 2. 15 multiplied with 2, so you get 30 modules can be used there for that inverter lah. Contoh, you are going to understand it when you do the assignment lah. Saya akan release assignment minggu depan. Jadi saya release minggu depan atau minggu satu lagi. Dan kita habis sampai week 14 ataupun study week awal. Kita punya deadline. Okay. So jika saya nak tunjuk pasal inverter datasheet ni, so that you can get used and you're not shocked when you see this kind of datasheet lah.